Hello and welcome to another Spectrum Geeks video. My name is Dale, and in today's video we're talking about these. It's the Valencia Tuscany Slim Home Cinema Seating. So before you click off this video, in case you're just thinking this is another Valencia paid for advertisement, it's not. I bought these seats with my own hard-earned money, and I want to talk to you about kind of my thoughts on the delivery experience, the ordering process and the quality of the seats, and is it worth spending the money. Let's face it, these seats are not cheap. So just to kind of give a quick bit of background, in my house I've been building this small home cinema, and it's somewhat limited on space, but I've been trawling around for a while trying to decide what seats to get, and I'd set my heart on getting the Valencia Tuscany premium series of home cinema seating. So I tried to work out what width it would be, want to get 4 seats, etc. But they're expensive. So I've got a row of 4, which we'll look at in a moment. And with some discounts it was £4,000, so basically £1,000 a seat. But if you are looking at buying them, there's always an offer on their website, 10%, 15%, something like that, so keep an eye out, don't pay full price for them. But as mentioned, I paid for these myself, and at the time of doing the order I was kind of enhanced to order a bit quicker because they were offering free to room delivery. Now that's not the white glove service, they charge an extra, I think £130, £160 for that. But the whole idea to the room is obviously that the delivery people would unbox it and deliver the boxes to the room, with a caveat, if they can. Now, I just want to add from the start, if you see that advert, don't be too rushing to get it, because basically the boxes that they come in are absolutely massive. I'm going to use a mixture of measurement types, inches and centimeters, based on some of it is from my own measurements, some of it's from the website. But the boxes themselves that they come in are 34 inches wide, 29 inches deep and 34 inches high. And here in the UK, that is bigger than a door. Those boxes don't fit through the door. And as part of that kind of 2-room service, they won't unbox them. That's if they could get the box there. So for me, even though that was free, I'm glad I didn't pay anything extra for it. They had to leave them outside, and I had to take them apart and get them up myself. And I have to say, it was painful in doing so. And that's another point, actually. Most of these seating from Valencia, they need a door width of 26 inches. So most UK doors will have that. So once you've got them apart, it's quite straightforward. Once you've taken the box out, the actual seat and the back come separately. And then when you're putting it together, you can just slide the seat into the back, and then there's power cables that you have to connect up for everything to work, which we'll touch on in a moment. But yeah, so don't get rushed away with paying extra for delivery to the room. If you want the white glove service where they will unbox it, put it all together for you, that is extra. But you know, we'll cover that separately. So as mentioned, I've got the row of 4. And that is a total of 118 inches wide, so around 300-ish centimetres, and I have a room width of 320 centimetres, so they only just fit in, but there is some margin. The other Valencia, the non-slim version, are wider than that, and they wouldn't fit. The main difference between the slim version and the normal version is the actual seating width itself. So the slim ones, even though they're slim, they still have 22 inches of seat width. I'm not a small guy, and it's plenty comfortable to sit in here. The non-slim ones are 24 inches, so you only got 2 inches difference there. In terms of the height of the seats, so obviously floor to the bottom, in terms of, like for me, I have a sloped roof here. They are 43.5 inches high, so you've got to factor that in. And then in terms of depth, 39.25 inches deep. However, even though they are quite kind of slim, even the non-slim ones, in terms of how they do recline, it is quite compact. You still have to consider the seats do go back a bit when reclining, so you need a full depth, I guess, from the wall all the way out to where the footrest is extended to, of 69.5 inches when fully reclined. The other thing to mention about the seats is they are well constructed, they are heavy, they are constructed of a mixture of steel frames and plywood, and they are heavy. So in terms of my 4 configuration, they came in three seats that have just one armrest. Each one of those seats altogether is 60 kilograms each, and then this final one that has 2 armrests, 73 kilograms. So that goes to show the weight is a lot, and getting up my little spiral staircase, which still needs to be carpeted, so don't judge me on that. It was an effort. I've got a bit of a bad back and a bit bruised. Recommend 2 people for that. But let me get this pushed into its final place. What's one point on that? Because of the weight, they sit well together. They do have a kind of a clamping mechanism that kind of helps scissor things together so they don't move at all. But in reality, I wouldn't recommend using that again. The other 3 I've already put together with that mechanism. When it then came to move them, to adjust it, I can't quite work out how to get them to unrelease, and let's face it, with the weight they're not going anywhere anyway. So let me just push this into place and then let's look at the features and the 4 row together. Okay, so this is it. My row of 4 are now in, and I gotta say they look pretty great. I still need to sort out some sound deadening of echoes and things in this room, but for now I'm really happy with how the seats have turned out. So the main feature of the Valencia Tuscany is the fact that it has 11,000 grain Italian Nappa leather. These particular ones are in the midnight black. In the UK we're somewhat restricted on the different colours that are available. In the US they do have more, but these aren't as shiny as they looked on the website, and actually I think they look pretty good. And most of the time they've got a black outline down here and they look absolutely great. So these particular ones, obviously you can see they have diamond stitching throughout, which looks really, really good. And they are really kind of super plush and comfortable, very enjoyable. I watched the Formula 1 yesterday on these as the first kind of outing, and they are brilliant. These particular ones, again the Tuscanys, they have a few features. They have to be powered because everything on these is powered. We have a powered headrests, we have powered lumbar support, and we also have power recline, and all of that is controlled with a button just to your right hand side that is illuminated. I really like how these buttons are set up. So basically we have the options to recline, move it forward, adjust the headrests up and down, and adjust the lumbar support in and out. There's also a little circular button in the middle which is a home button. If you press that and hold it, it returns everything back to its kind of standard position. No memory functions on these seats however though, so you have to kind of reset them every time you want. There is also a USB-A slot on here in case you need to charge your phone or anything like that, and I'll kind of show you what that looks like in a bit more detail in a moment. Other feature of these seats, which is quite common across the Valencia range, the cup holder and the lower footrest area does have LED ambient lighting, just in blue on these. You can't change the different colours, and if you tap the home button once briefly it turns them on. If you tap it again it turns it off. One thing that is a negative for me, not a showstopper at all, I really like the control layout of these, and it is illuminated, which makes it really handy to see, but it's always illuminated. So again, if you're sitting watching something and someone isn't in one of the other seats, then it can be a little bit distracting. It would be nice to be able to turn that off. So I actually connected up my seats to a smart plug, and then that enables me just with a voice command to be able to turn those on and off. So other features, as I mentioned, the cup holders here, they again are illuminated. They're roughly 8 centimeters in diameter, so that's how large obviously a mug or can or anything you want to have in there, and they are roughly 8 centimeters deep. And why I mention that as being somewhat important, if you've obviously got a pint glass with a handle on, unless that handle is 8 centimeters from the bottom, it's going to kind of catch on the side. You won't know how to use it. They are removable, so if you just pull them up, you can take them out and then clean any kind of spilt liquid or anything that might be on there as well. And at the front here, you can see currently these are covered in white, but if you just pop the covers off, which I'll do once I'm fully finished, there is an option basically that these little chrome bits have a recessed little dimple in the middle, and that allows you to have a wine holder, a tablet holder, a wine glass holder I should say, a tablet holder or a small table that makes the seats a little bit more versatile. I did order a couple of tables with my, I think they're roughly £80 each. So again, not cheap, but handy if you wanted to kind of have a little laptop or some popcorn out on there. But they haven't been delivered, I'm still chasing them up. So if they arrive before I edit this video, I'll just do a quick overlay of those in there. Also, each seat has arm storage, so you just pop up this, and inside as default there is a little instruction manual and some kind of rubber feet for this, rubber covers for the feet, so if you're not using it on carpet, you might want to put those on, make sure you're not scratching anything. But large opening to keep, I don't know, all sorts of stuff in there. You can keep a blanket in there, remotes, sweets, whatever. That arm storage is 8.5 centimeters wide, 39 centimeters long, and 27 centimeters deep. So a good bit of storage in there. The seats themselves, as mentioned, I really like kind of the quality of them, and they do feel quality. I'll do a follow-up video perhaps in a year's time or so, see if they're still holding up everything. But they do have a 3-year warranty as well in terms of the mechanisms, the material and the structure and everything. So, you know, I think they're hopefully happy to stand by their product. So I think that covers everything really. I'll just turn them on and give you a quick demonstration of kind of how they move and operate in real time, so you can hear the motors are nice and quiet, and also the leather itself doesn't make too much noise, so that means it's good. It's not rubbing together too much, which obviously will increase the life of it. Okay, I've adjusted the camera angle a little bit so hopefully you can see things as kind of it all shapes up and works. So as we can see, controls are illuminated. The top button enables us to adjust the recline. So if I press and hold that, you'll hear kind of what happens as the footrest comes out and it starts to recline backwards. Obviously, as you kind of move backwards, your head gets tilted back and you're looking at the ceiling as opposed to the screen, and to prop your head up. So then you might want to adjust your headrest, and you can do that with the button closest to the back of the seat. Okay, with that now adjusted, I'm pretty much looking straight forward at the screen, very comfortable, very relaxed. Not going to hurt my neck as I sit and watch a movie for a few hours or more, but I could do a little bit of a lumbar adjustment. So those buttons are the ones just to the left of that home circular button. So I press that, the lumbar comes out, and again gives me the support I need for perfect comfort. As mentioned, there's no memory storage on these, so once you're finished you press and hold the home button, everything goes back to normal and you're good to go. But even the seats without any of the recline function activated are really comfortable just to sit here, watch something. If you want to sit here and do some work with a little table or a laptop on your lap, it is absolutely perfect. I'm really happy with them. They are expensive, but I also figure if you're spending a lot of money on cinema equipment anyway, you know, if you're going to do it properly, do it properly. So thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please press that like button. Please also consider subscribing to the channel. It really means a lot to me. And I hope you've had a useful insight to the Valencia home cinema seating, specifically these slim Tuscany versions. I'm really happy with them. We'll see how we get on. But thank you ever so much for watching. Please take care of yourself, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourself, and goodbye for now.